business.
Oh my goodness. Can't believe we're doing two shows in 1 week. And I'm busy and pressured. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's very exciting. I'm pretty sure it's exciting in Barbados as well. But for me, to be honest, I don't know. Maybe I like the drama. Maybe I do. But all this pressure is just got me kind of really excited. You know, I got some people I've never met before. And one special person who traveled, I'm here, and she's coming all the way from Oakland. Is it Oakland or Oaklawn? How do you pronounce it? Oaklawn. And she's doing something really special, you know. And she's doing it not only for Barbados, but for my man, Rocco Bowen. And she's going to tell me a little bit more about all the other stuff from behind the scenes. I think later on there may be a few people joining us, and hopefully they'll add to the excitement tonight. But I think all that adrenaline and everything else, you know, has got me really thirsty. And too bad I can't get down in Barbados to drink a Banks beer or something like that, but I'll probably have to settle on some water. And good old water is pretty good. There's nothing wrong with that. Anyways, let's get back to the show, because I got to see a pretty face peeking in, and a pretty face ain't Rocco Bowen, even though he's a pretty boy. It's somebody else, man. So let's introduce this fine young lady and see what's happening here. All right. Hello, guys.
Hey, Derek.
What do we got here?
Quite the
Nancy.
Intro. Thank you.
Hey, listen. Welcome to the platform, first of all.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure to have you guys here and bless the stage, Rocco and Nancy. Both of you guys are fitting right in that screen, really perfect. And, you know, for most of our audience, everyone knows Rocco because he's been on here quite a few times. So he's Mr. Popular. But nobody knows Nancy. Nancy, introduce yourself. Let people know who you are.
Well, I am Nancy Holthus, and for lack of a better phrase, I'm kind of the face of Oaklawn Park. I've spent 30 years in the horse racing industry, and a lot of my time was spent out in Southern California at Hollywood Park and also on air at TVG. So I moved back to my hometown of Hot Springs, Arkansas, and am now the on-air paddock analyst at Oaklawn Park, and I host Dawn at Oaklawn, do all the stakes interviews, and have had the blessing of interviewing many, many famous faces there at Oaklawn in Hot Springs. So been blessed to spend a lot of time with this young man as well.
Well, you're being very polite and very nice with the young man. So hang on a second. So that's where I know you're from then. So I'm saying the face do look familiar, but you know, everything didn't come together. So now it's starting to look familiar. Okay, so here we go. So you guys, so is this the first time you've been in Barbados?
It is, and when you mentioned Banks beer, I've actually had a few of those since my arrival. Yes, I have. So yes.
That's awesome. So business as usual. You're in Barbados to do some business, not only pleasure but some business.
Yes.
And so far, what are you feeling? Are you excited?
Yes, that is an understatement. One thing I really love, Derek, is I've been to over 4 dozen racetracks in my 30 years in horse racing. And one of the things that I really love is going on the backside of a racetrack. It's that familiar sense of horsemanship, of seeing the passion of horse racing. And I love that people line the streets of the racetrack to watch the horses train. And especially this week, you see the streets lined with the signs of the Barbados Turf Cup. People are talking about it, and it's you feel the excitement in the air, and that's something that can't really be duplicated. And it's something that everybody looks forward to. You hear about it, and when I tell people that I'm here for the race, they're excited for me that I'm here to experience that. So everybody has been just amazingly welcoming, and I'm just so excited to be here and finally get to experience that, because this is my first experience with an international race.
Oh wow! So I mean, like I'm excited for you. Actually, I mean, quite honestly, like for me, Rocco. I haven't seen this race in probably 33, 34 years. Probably. I mean, that's how long ago I haven't seen it in real life. So for me, I know there's been a few people who's reached out to me, asked me, "Are you coming down? Are you coming down?" And this time I can't make it, but next year for sure. So your first impression of the atmosphere and the track, you see how close it is. It's not a big track, but it's definitely communal in a sense that there's so many people that will be trying their best just to get a peek inside the track once that race gets going. And I know for me as a little boy, my first time going there was just to peek through the legs of somebody, just to see the horses go moving. And what's your impression overall? Because you haven't seen it yet, but on Saturday, there's going to be thousands of people all the way around,
That's what I'm looking forward to, because, I've experienced Arkansas derbies, Kentucky derbies, races all across the big days all across the United States. But this is something of a magnitude where the country is involved. So it's almost like a carnival atmosphere, and it's at a national level. So it's something that I'm pretty sure I've never experienced before, but Saturday, that's going to change.
Yeah, definitely. I'll be looking forward to see. So you're a writer, right? You write?
I write. I do.
Mhm.
Yes. So I'm more in front of the camera, but I do write. Yes.
So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing wherever you are. I'm just going to try to follow you. Are you on Instagram or anything like that
I'm
where I can follow some of the stuff?
platforms, and I have had a lot of stories. Went and visited the starting gate, which for me, it's the first time that when you go to the starting gate, it's very do-it-yourself. There's no starting gate crew in the mornings, so I got to see the grooms, the trainers, and Rocco help out with the horse in the starting gate in the mornings. But I love the passion that everybody has. There's amazing horsemanship here in Barbados, which is just phenomenal to see. Things are a little different, but you adapt and you learn. But it's really good experience to see how things are done elsewhere, and I'm so grateful for the experience to be here. And thanks to Rocco, I got to cross something off my bucket list today. I got to swim a horse in the ocean.
Oh, nice.
That was just magical to me. So an even bigger thing off my bucket list would be to see this young man with a trip to the winner's circle or the winner's enclosure come Saturday.
Well, that would be something. That would be something. I'm not going to talk too much on that. I'm just going to either let somebody else do the talking, or if he wants to talk on that. But I'm definitely not touching that, because I know around the horse racing world in Barbados, there's so much passionate people when it comes to that race, and I don't want to be the one who's going to be sparking anything crazy. But Mr. Darwin Clark said, "Hey, look," he said, "Look, Derek, you know what? This race is already set to go. Not much we can do. We just got to watch the show and see where it goes from here." So that's it. It's in your hands, Rocco, as a jockey, and for the other jockeys, as usual, like I told Rocco, I think 2 days ago, I told him, "Look, best wishes all the way around the track, and I hope that that things go well." Right.
Appreciate that there.
Um, how are you feeling, by the way?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I guess as it getting closer, it's like really setting in a different real way. Like on Monday, I was telling my sister, like, it's real. We're getting on the plane. We're heading to Barbados, and now it's like it's real, real. Entries are out. Jockeys are out. Um, Horses preparations are out. It's here. It's here. As they be saying in Barbados, rain can't stop the jam. I'm pretty sure Saturday it will not stop the jam.
Hey, that's awesome.
Just blessed and happy for the opportunity from Darwin and the whole team. It's not just Darwin. It's Darwin, the team, everyone. And I got to experience the team the first time alone, Nancy, and it's amazing. I mean, I like that there's no eyes on our team, and then 3 weeks ago we had a rough go. We evaluate, we pointed no fingers, and we came back stronger. And it's blessed to be a part of a great team like this. Win, lose, or draw, because you're welcome and there's no bad blood. The vibes are always good. And to share it with Nancy, and like I got to touch on something. She said I knocked off her bucket list, and she knocked something off my bucket list too. Her and her husband, Paul Holthus, took me to church and gave me my first win with my first ride. So it was hand in hand favor. She back,
That's I'm here. I'm doing what the younger people usually do, right? And first thing I do was I take up my phone and I just start to put Nancy in Google, and I see you crossed off this one thing off your bucket list right
Yes.
here on the beach, and I'm saying that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome.
I posted it on Twitter very quickly.
Yeah, that's right. I'm watching it right now, so that's what I'm saying. That is pretty cool. That's really cool. I'm glad you're able to do that.
Yep.
And we want to say a special thank you to Mr. Edward Walker. He made that possible.
Yes.
Many blessings, Mr. Edward Walker, and I'm very grateful, because horses is a business and it costs a lot of money, for him to have the confidence and to let her done that, that's huge. That's huge. So
it was the horse that ran second in the Guineas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it just wasn't some maiden, that had just gotten broke or something. It was a big time horse. So
that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
I told my friends on the shore, I said, watch it, she'll cry. And they're looking at me like, no, she's a big lady. I was like, she'll cry. Got back to land, but you on a horse is still swimming. She started crying.
It really did. Just being able to experience everything and to come here and to experience where Rocco's from, his family. His mom's name is Nancy as well.
Wow.
And I've had a lot of conversations with his family and just how his family has opened their arms to me. Just like my family has opened their arms to Rocco. It's very full circle. This trip is very full circle. So it means a lot.
Hey, look, I'm really happy for both of you. This is a big deal. And it's a big deal in more ways than one, because, for me, I'm watching it as a fan from here in Toronto, Canada. And I'm seeing and hearing like a lot of excitement from so many different people that are involved in either racing or with just being a fan. And people are traveling. To be honest, like people texted me and say, guess what? I'm in Barbados today. Like that's, to me, that goes to show me there's a lot of excitement surrounding their horse racing. Now, Nancy, when you get back to Oaklawn, I'm sure you're going to have quite a few stories to tell besides the one going on the horse on the beach. Is there anything that stands out right now that's special to you, or anything that you're looking forward to when you get to the Garrison on Saturday?
I really did it. I really do enjoy walking to the track in the mornings from where my hotel is and seeing the people watch the horses train. I think my favorite story has not yet happened, and I think that's going to be Saturday.
Well, I certainly hope so. You saved the best for last.
We'll find
uh,
out.
uh,
To be continued, Derek. To be continued.
so Rocco, I know I know the days are numbered, and I'm just wondering, did you get a chance to jump on that horse yet and see what it feels like?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay, good. I know you're not going to share much, obviously, because it's really close to the race. But was it a special feeling for you for this one?
I'll just make it short. Put it this way. I want to say to my friend Darwin, I was wrong, but I still got my favorite queen. But there's one queen.
I understand, and I'm pretty sure he'll understand as well. Oh man, I don't, because of the short notice of doing this show tonight, because it wasn't really planned, quite honestly. People may have think so, but it wasn't really planned, and I don't have a lot of questions, but I'm very curious about Nancy, like how she's going to build these stories, if she is building stories, and so forth. I mean, you're really close to the track, so there's walking distance. You don't have
Yes.
to worry about parking.
Right.
Your stomach is going to be full because there's so many food people around. Um, did I spill anything? The only person who got to worry about that is Rocco. Just, you're the only person who got to worry about the food part, right?
I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all. Like my my brother Barack's Kyle Watson, he told me for years, bro, you worry too much, man. I guess it comes from my family bloodline. A lot of my family worries. My mom worries, my grandma worries, but they love me. And recently I've realized I really don't worry anymore. You know, I just, so blessed. I had Darwin to teach me the more professional aspect of it. And it's funny, I learned more of it since I moved away to Seattle. When I moved on my own, I learned more about the professional level things that Darwin taught me years and years, leading up to this big dance. And it may took a long time, but I feel like I'm ready this time. Last time I had a shot for the Gold Cup, I don't think I was mentally or physically ready. And I made a couple of errors, but this time I'm not worried. I'm not worried about nothing. I'm not worried about my weight. Not worried about food. Not worried about, you know, if we win, we lose, we draw. We're gonna remain and eat the same as if we lose or draw. I'm just not worried.
Well, I've heard you mention that before, and I wanted to comment on that. And I'm really happy for you and happy for Darwin Clark. I know for a lot of guys who grew up in Barbados and who like for Darwin is a big deal. Maybe Nancy can build something on him also, but Darwin is a big deal in Barbados as well. He's a big man, but he was a big jockey back in the days, and I didn't hear what you said, Rocco.
I say he's a big jockey. Like the the guy is amazing. People may think I'm biased because he's my really good friend. I'm not. It, when you can sit down and talk with a guy like Darwin on his level of horse knowledge, it gives me goosebumps every time. And we talk every day. The guy haven't ridden a horse. The last time he ridden a horse, I spilled some beans. He fall off a pony in the shed or Emerald Downs. And he is.
Do you really think he wants that known?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We're staying away from the Gold Cup, so we firm it up a different way, So this guy, I think that's the last time he sit on a horse that I know of, right? The guy could see things before it happened, I kind of got a nap like that. And he don't ride horses. I ride horses 365 days a year, unless I'm hurt. But I still ride them in my mind. And the guy sees holes, spaces, analyze stuff. That's a gift. And as long as I known him, he had other gifts. Shoeing, it's job he does. I mean, he's just so professional and even keel. It's no ups, it's no downs. It's just nothing but the middle, you know. And we just want to make him happy. I know either way we're going to make him happy, but we just want to make him happy. That's all.
That's real cool to hear. I'm pretty sure he'll appreciate those words. I mean, I would if you were saying those words about me. So that's really cool. I've heard you said before this some of the same things that you said, and I think a relationship like that with two men is pretty cool to have. You know, lots of guys don't usually have those kind of conversations or can say them at least out in public. You know, guys are a little bit sheltered in how we create our feelings and how we maneuver with our feelings. So as a jockey, I want to commend you for doing that, because maybe for the future, you can actually encourage some other guys to bring out their feelings as well, right? We all a little bit bottled up most of the time, right?
He taught me that. He taught me that, you know. And yes, he taught me the better side of the sport, along with a lot of people. But Darwin had a lot of one-on-one time with me when I've been away from my family in Barbados. And now, like you can see, I have a lot of one-on-one time with Nancy, her husband, her mom, my agent, my barn, King Pool. I want to say hi to my man, King Pool. He had 16 this week. That I had to pass up to come and take care of some business here. And he totally understand. And he told me good luck. And, so I wanted to compliment people like that support me on what I'm doing and will support me if I come back, not a winner or a winner. And that's just love. And like I say, to talk to a guy on a level of horse knowledge, I want to share it with other people, because once you step into the USA or Canada, the terminology about horse and numbers, handicapping is so much different. And I feel like I could sit on horse players and hold my own handicapping, because I love handicapping. And I would get schooled, but I would get better. You gotta get schooled to get better.
Yeah. We have your guy who's going to join us in a second. The owner of Vividly, and he wants to join the platform. Do you guys think we should let him in?
Wait, did they let him in the country? That's the question.
He's laughing.
Did they let him in the country?
He's laughing. Let's see if we can get him in. Let's see if we can get him in.
Good night, guys.
Hello, sir.
How you guys doing?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, man. But I'm sorry I'm late. I had some last minute things to do. Had to make a couple executive decisions. So Rock, you're not right in Jock Claire on Saturday because we were looking for you and we couldn't find you because she had to start tonight. So she's out there running somewhere, because according to Bummy, we have to start on Thursday. So we're running. She's running somewhere now. So maybe she's going by the half mile.
All right, that's okay. I'll go find out, so I'm pretty sure.
All right. Hopefully you'll catch it by Saturday afternoon, She'll probably be turning for home then.
The race is not for the swift, but it's for the ones that can endure. But this Saturday is going to be for the swift.
But there, I don't know if you heard, but Bummy was saying that the others have to start on Thursday. So.
Oh, right.
That was just a joke. I was trying to be funny. I'm not a comedian, but
I did hear that. But the fans in Barbados and the guys connected, they have their own opinions. I remember the last time when we spoke, when we were all on this platform, and you know, Jocular and Vividly were both heading towards the Gold Cup. And Rocco said, well, I can't ride both of them. But here we are. You're riding both the horses. But
You say never say never, right?
Never.
There's nothing that's impossible.
that was quite interesting. You know how the tables turned. Hey, Mr. Darwin, I know we talked earlier, and you said you know, the stage is already set, so you know, it's just a matter of sitting back and let the horses do their thing. Are you feeling any jitters, anything, or just another race?
Yeah, I think I'm a little anxious. You know, I have a little anxiety probably, but just want to fast forward to the day. You know, but no jitters, no. Yeah, I mean, everything is set. The stage is set. Everybody is well. Horses are sound. The riders there. I mean, there's nothing I can do. I mean, I just watch and cheer on. So, yeah. I mean, Rotten knows there's no pressure. It's whatever happens, happens. Go have a good time. And like I always say, so we will still eat no matter what. So, yeah. So no stress, no pressure.
Those are encouraging words, and I'm pretty sure Nancy is taking it all in, just observing, watching, and kind of documenting all the scenery. You know, I'll be honest with you, for a first timer in Barbados, this must be a lot of excitement and a lot of stuff to take in, Nancy. I mean, is it overwhelming? Do you look forward to the next moment and the next moment? What's happening right now?
Well, I'm just kind of taking everything in on the daily. I have gotten to see Vividly and Jocular train. I love the way that Vividly trains, just really skims the surface. And Jocular, man, she is a beast. I mean, I love the way she gets a good neck bow, just really just uses every muscle in that body. So just really impressed with not only both horses, but also how the crew works together as well. Just super impressed by the barn, but just really excited how it's all going to come together on race day.
Oh, that's beautiful to hear. I'm pretty sure Mr. Darwin Clark must be very happy to hear that.
Oh, I'm pleased, yeah. But it's a good team. You know, everybody's A+. I mean, the guy there, in my opinion, he's the best horseman in Barbados. So bar none. I mean, that's across the board. And the groom is stellar. Everything is A+. I can't ask for anything more from those guys. Yeah, they're a good team. That's why I said, you know, whatever the result is, you know, we'll just reload and come again. That's it. I mean, this is not a one and done. So we're just testing where the waters are. You know, do we need to swim, or we need to tread some water, or we're good? But we'll figure it out.
Hey, look, I'm just really super happy to have all three of you guys here on the platform, because this is really a big deal, and not only a big deal for me, but also a big deal for Barbados itself, big deal for Barbados Turf Club. Darwin, Kenneth Ramsey, he's on the rock.
Yeah, he's there. It's just such a small world that one of my friends was sitting next to him in the airport today. So they started just chatting out of the blue, and she didn't realize that he was Kenneth Ramsey. So he said, "Oh, you know, you're on the horse in the one hole," and she's like, "Yes, you know, that's our horse, this, that," and you know, he was talking about his horses. Yeah, he has a lot of horses, and you know, he kind of mentioned that he wanted to bring, you know, another 2 horses, but circumstances changed that. So, I mean, it's very good for Barbados. I mean, I think the Turf Club is going to benefit a lot from it. The island with itself is going to benefit from it. And if they keep this momentum that they have right now, I think the races will grow. I honestly think so. There's a lot of interest right now. So if they can feed off this momentum, I think it will help the racing in general.
And you know what? For a journalist like Nancy, there's lots of stories building and budding right here, right now. I mean, Darwin Clark, this could be your first as an owner, right?
Yeah.
And Rocco, this could be your first as a jockey.
Yes, sir.
And lo and behold, if that Mr. Barbados guy gets in there again, I'm pretty sure it's going to be something else too as well. And then there's another guy, and then there's another guy. There's so many stories building from this, and this is what makes it so exciting this year.
There's a Geelong angle, there's a Patrick angle, there's a Rocco angle. There's so many stories to be had after the race. For any kind of writer, it's like, okay, this is where I'm going to make my bread right now after this race, after the horses cross. And then, it doesn't end there, because people will start shopping for next year. They'll start looking for next year.
Exactly.
So,
Maybe Nancy will.
Yeah, I have my the four friends that are there. They're just in awe with Barbados. I don't know how Nancy is taking in Barbados, but got there about 3-something Barbados time, and they're like, "Oh my God, we want to move." It's like, so.
Looking at real estate already, so
Yeah. So they haven't even seen the races yet. They just got off, went to the track, walked around a little bit, and they're in awe. They're like, "Oh my God, this place is heaven. I'm never going back." Pack my stuff up. I'm moving.
That's pretty awesome,
the
man.
mac chicken, and that's all you need.
Yeah, the Mexican. I haven't had that yet. I haven't had that yet.
It's the best chicken shack in Barbados, hands down.
Yeah. Well, I'm on a diet, so I'm not chicken in for a long time. So
that's okay. Like they say in Barbados, my brother, we eat, you swallow.
Yeah, I'll do that. I used to say that too. Yeah. I chew, you swallow, buddy. I know.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I haven't heard that one in a while.
I told you, man. There's no worries, man.
Yeah, I chew, you swallow.
There's no worries.
I want to ask Rocky, how many months do you have on that day?
Oh, well, my agent in Barbados, he got me 6. He got me loaded. He had 7, but I told him, like in America, when you go to ride for a client, often you get to ride for that client because you want to give that client your all. But like you see, Miss Darwin's cool, calm, collected, and his partners, they put no restrictions on me, and I think that's very awesome. My agent, got me 6 rides, and we had 6 committed rides, I think 2 or 3 weeks out before we touched down on the rock here in Barbados. And I got to actually feel out every one of my mounts, and I want to compliment him and tell him thank you for that. And like I say, it's just a team we got, man, and it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Like Darwin, it's going to be good for Barbados. I think we may have a record-breaking crowd this year. One of the first things I realized when we got off the plane, came from the airport, there were banners up. There were banners everywhere. I want to compliment the Barbados Turf Club, whoever's behind that management, and I think that's leading the Gold Cup in a good direction for next year, like Darwin said already.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great news. And don't let me cut you off, Darwin. You go ahead and say what you got to say.
I was going to say, you'll have to also congratulate Sandy Lane for their continued support for the race, because I think the sponsors is like $200,000 they're put up. So without them, nothing would be possible. So,
that's true.
Kudos to Sandy Lane.
Kudos to Sandy Lane.
The whole team over there. Hopefully they get a good show, to get a good bang for their buck, so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it will. Nancy, I want to ask you a little bit about Rocco Bowen, because, for many people who watch this young man, probably grew up in Goodland, Barbados, and to see him to the where he is right now, I can tell you right now that man is an absolute professional. Just from the things that he's saying, he's talking to his boss right here. Just the things that he's doing and saying, to me, that stands out so much. What is Rocco like out there in Oaklawn, Nancy?
He's a consummate professional, and I actually had the fortunate opportunity to interview him when he won his 1,000th race on a pickup mount at Indiana Grand several years ago. He is also extremely hard on himself, a little inside, which he is very hard on himself. He is his biggest critic, which I think a lot of us are. Sometimes I have to remind him, you need to be a little easier on yourself. But he's got the biggest work ethic, and Oaklawn is a very hard place to break into, extremely hard place to break into. Some of the best purses in the country for a meet. They raise them every single year, but he has managed to make a really good name for himself. And I cannot compliment him enough on how well he carries himself, and just so proud of him. And we always, we call each other brother and sister, and we get looks. We always joke, can't you see?
You guys don't look the same.
Huh?
You guys don't look alike at all. I mean,
But
are you full brother and sister?
there is not one thing that I would not do for him, because he has been there for me through some really, really rough times, and vice versa. And he's got so much talent, more so, and it just given that right opportunity, God only knows what this kid can achieve. So it's just so proud of him. So proud of him.
Thank you.
Oh, that's nice. That's really special, guys. I'm gonna wipe a little bit here.
Yeah, the Rock he's a tremendous rider. He's really good. He's not just average. He's really good. He's all he's lacking now is the opportunity with a good horse or a good barn. That's all. But he wins races wherever he goes. I mean, that is tough.
Yeah.
If you drop him on the moon, he'll win a race. It's just as simple as that. And
my husband was very, very particular about who he put on horses, and the fact that he, brought Rocco in and rode him on a lot of horses speaks testament to his ability, his style, and he loves it. He absolutely, anytime Rocco wins a race, wins 2 in a day, he's one of the first people to text him or call him and, are you coming over for dinner? He still takes care of him to this day, and loves him like his own. So,
Yeah,
his family.
really appreciate these guys. I'm 2 for 2 for these guys in Churchill. That speaks volume. House track on White Wolf. Mr. Paul just told me the first time, I was very nervous. Not nervous, like scared, but nervous that to this day I still think it's a dream. And he's like, kid, you gotta wake up, man. You're gonna be going out to the start pretty soon. This is not Churchill Downs, this is Emerald Downs. That's the last thing he told me when we came through that tunnel. I know riders usually cry in Kentucky Derby going through that tunnel, but I cried on a $7,500 claimer, but he was guessing not that to us. He was special. He was White Wolf. She saddled
Won
him.
a lot of races.
I heard her yelling at the 8th Indiana Grand after he went on the tier, after we brought him back from Churchill. And honestly, we called Paul Bub. Bub wasn't convinced that he needs to be on the lead. And
I gave directions that day.
yeah, cut him loose. Bub was not in town. He won 8 or 9 lengths that day. And then after that, I won by 15, gear down.
Wow.
Okay. After coming from Churchill, and then Bub was convinced that he needs to lead.
I'm a handicapper as well, by the way. So that's what I do for a living. I'm a handicapper. I'm like, he needs to go on the front. Just turn him loose. So, yeah.
I got a feeling you know quite a bit about them horses. And you've been around the horses like all your life, Nancy, or what?
I'm third generation, but I've actually worked in the industry for 30 years, and I'm the handicapper at Oaklawn Park. So I'm in the paddock during the races. I'm the public handicapper for the racetrack, and then in the paddock during the races, giving the analysis as well.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That'll be a dream job for a lot of people. Let me tell you, really, really would be. Mr. Clark, many people have said in the last several weeks that, like you mentioned earlier, that Dominus is going to give them a head start from Thursday.
Correct.
How do you feel with your horse going into this race? Do you ride for second?
I think right now everybody's running for second because Dominus is definitely the horse to beat. But do I think we can beat him? Yes. I think if we can get close enough to him with 3 to go, I think we'll beat him. I don't know if she's able to do that, but we'll change some things on her. We've actually put some blinkers on her. I think that would sharpen her a little bit because I've noticed in a couple of races that she's looking a little bit, but she was winning then. So I figured I'm not going to change anything because she was beating the horses in Barbados by looking at the rail every now and then. There was a 7.8 race that she came by, the 5 furlong pole, and she looked in a little bit. When she won her first race, going 7.8, she was looking at the starter. So I think she has more than she actually gives. And when I watch her run in North America, she's not lying down. She's not putting her body down. I thought maybe something was wrong with her. Maybe she's hurting, but she's doing the same thing in Barbados where she's not going to give you more than she needs to give. So I think the blinkers are going to sharpen her up. I think she'll be torn rock. And she went 24:48 and change on the bridle. So if she gets her legs under her early, yeah, I think Dominus has to run. Yeah,
interesting. That should add a little bit of spark to the fire. And
we're running to win, but I'm not going to say she's going to beat Dominus because I think he's 4 for 4, 5 for 5, impressive. So, I think we have a shot, a legitimate shot. She would not be there unless I thought she had a shot.
Yeah, and then Rocco is hearing this. I mean, he's the pilot, so obviously there's no pressure. He'll just do his thing.
Just do his thing. Yeah. No instructions, no pressure. Just
even a couple mornings ago when I was under pressure, I went home and took a 4-hour nap. There's still no pressure.
Yeah.
I like the relationship with you guys because you guys are really cool together. I don't see any no agitation or any of that kind of stuff. So that's really, I'm pretty sure Darwin, you got your expectations. Rocco has his, but together, both you guys kind of let it all melt into one nice little mushroom over the fire.
Well, I mean, it's horse racing, so things happen and whatever. But I have all the confidence in him that he's going to ride smart races, and he does his own thing. I mean, there's absolutely no stress, no pressure, and if you hear that coming from my team, there's something wrong. I don't discuss races till the Tuesday after the race anyway. Let everybody cool down, everybody relax, everybody get their feelings out of the way, and then we discuss the races and go from there. But there's no talking about each other and stuff like that because we have to work together next couple of days. So just move on, draw a line through it and move on. So I don't think the horses are going to run bad. The horses are going to run really well. And, if you get beat by a short head, so what? Just move on. You move on.
And for the record, how many horses are in that race?
9. And which one? Joculars?
Joculars race.
It's a full field, 12, I think. Yeah.
That's a great field. And I mean, like, to be honest, like, are you telling me that there's nobody with a horse that's going to upset this field? Dominus is dominant on every day.
I'm sure you.
His number speaks volume.
Yeah. I sure you know this saying, give Jack his jacket. Are you familiar with that, Derek?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm very
So
familiar.
that's all I'm doing. I'm giving Jack his jacket. He's the champion. He's the man, you know. So, but I'm not saying we're not going to knock him out. We're going to definitely try. So we have a great chance. I'll put it that way. You know, I'm bombastic, I'm cocky, and all this. So if I think she was going to win by 20, I'll say she's going to win by 20. Um, but you know me, there. I don't hide and be a postmortem guy. I'll tell you straight up. Yeah, I know in the Gold Cup we have an excellent chance. I know nothing about the Ramsey horses. Um, it's a gamble. Has a lot of back class. He's a nice horse. John Mark horse, So Suave is a nice horse, but Vively is going to split those horses. She'll be right there. You know, I don't think they're better than her. We'll see. And then with Jockler, like I said, Dominus, he's a man. I mean, you have to respect him. You got to give him his due respect. But I know if we're 2 lengths behind him with 3 to go, he has to run. Yeah.
I think all this makes for a really good race, Darwin.
And
Really
don't
good
get me
race.
wrong. I mean, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I'll say it anyway. She might go down the back with him. I think she's that talented that she can go down the back with him. I mean, it's all up to the rider. I mean, he'll pop out. He'll see how she's feeling when she crosses a little path there, and he'll decide, do I want to chase him or do I want to sit in behind? So it's all up to the pilot. I mean, but I think she has the ability to go with him. I think she has the ability to be just behind him. I can tell you this much. He's not going to be cantering in front. He's not going to be bridling in front. You know?
Can I honestly share this with you? Because
Of course.
right now, I'm not a jockey, but I'm starting to feel this thing inside my stomach. I'm starting to get this little bit of nerves or
It's a good
something.
thing you're not riding. It's a good thing you're not riding, my brother.
I'm starting to feel a little bit of nervousness in my stomach, and I'm not sure where it's coming from. Um,
I get
uh,
nervous when they're all loaded. That is when I get nervous because I don't want a horse to flip or something to happen. So as long as they're in, but once they open up, I'm watching the horse I like or my horse, and that's it. I mean, everything else is a blur. I'm just watching that one horse.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
This is an awesome experience. By the way, just want to let people know that I have reached out to several other people involved in the races as well to join to want to talk about the experience and talk about leading up to this Gold Cup. I know it's a special one because the fans, been craving for a little while. The pandemic had been kind of brutal for the horse racing fans, and they've been waiting for a while to get back some action at the Garrison Savannah, which holds a lot of history, not only in Barbados but in the whole Caribbean. I know back in the days, Darwin, when you were riding, there were the times when you had horses competing from Jamaica, Martinique, Guadeloupe, Trinidad, and it was almost like a national event where countries competed against other countries. Mr. Rocco Bowen, is it similar this time around from your memory?
Yeah, it's kind of similar. You know, it's a lot of competition. I think I strive better for this competition, like heavy hitting competition, and that's what I'm really looking forward to. And but like you said, the hype, the buzz, for sure, it may be even better. You know, but Saturday, like we say till we continue. Saturday is to tell. But leading up right now, the buzz is surely coming back. You know, the energy, the people. And they're just piling in like ants, man. And I guess can't wait to see them line up 10 deep come Gold Cup Day on the real, man. It's a special race. You're gonna have people hanging over the fence. You know, it's like Kentucky Derby 10 times 10. It's the Islands Kentucky Derby. You know,
Yeah, I'm a little. I wish the turf club. Well, it's not a turf club. I mean, but the other islands aren't doing as well as Barbados is. So for them to send a caliber horse that could win the Gold Cup would be tough. But those days were good days. But I mean, what the local people have accomplished this year is very, very good. I mean, it's going to set a bar really, really high for the following years, because I think people will continue to shop over and over because everybody wants to win it. You know, I definitely want to win it. I mean, that's my goal right now. That's my long-term goal. I mean, it's to do it. So maybe it may be now, it may be 5 years, 10 years, but I'll keep trying.
Hey, like, we got to respect that honesty from you.
Yeah,
Um,
no, I'll
know.
keep punching till I get it done. So, I mean, I told Rock years ago, it's like, yeah, this is what we're gonna do. But that was 10 years ago, maybe.
10 years ago,
Yeah.
at least 1 decade ago. You know, this seed was being planted. You know, like,
It was.
so it's was so.
So we'll keep punching. There, I'll call you someday and say, yeah, we got it done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many times David Seal took, but he took a couple times. He's won 9, I think, and I'm sure he didn't win one in the first 4 times. So I think it was Bo Lewis, the horse from Martinique.
Yep, that was the first one.
Then Tinker's Image. There was somebody in between Tinker's Image.
Frisky Wharf.
Yeah, he was later.
Weeks later.
Yeah, Bo Lewis. The low horse from Martinique was second. I think Trinidad was third. But I know Tinker's Image was 4th. And
Well,
then you had, pardon?
Sorry, Darwin. Since we're on this topic, guys, I want you to talk to us about how was it to ride the mighty PU. I get the chills personally watching my good friend, you know, come down the stands the first time on the mighty PU, man. And
Yeah, it was different. It was different because we had the wood rails, and like you said, there were people sat 8 or 9 deep. But that's a long time ago, man. We're talking about you now. You're trying to deflect here or what? You know, so it was a good experience, though. Very good experience. Nothing like you would ever imagine, because the fans, they stick their necks out and they're looking down at the horses coming towards them. And when the horses approach, they'll sit back and it's like a wave, you know. And I guess you have to remember where the rail is, because the rail is obscured at that time, you know. And then when the fans move back and the horses go by. But now with these plastic rails, I don't think that's even possible. So I don't think the fans would be under rail.
I was going to say that as well to you, because I remember looking back at the footage from many years ago, and to see, as like you described, when the horses turn that bend and you see all the heads are over the rail, and then the heads just like a wave, like you said. Correct. But now I guess they don't have that no more, right?
No, they don't have the wood rails. No. Yeah. But yeah, it was fun to ride, and it was the horse I rode. I hate talking about myself. I mean, this is not about me, but I would do it just for Rocco. But he was drawn 13, I think, so he was in the 12 hole. And I had some speed on the inside that was going to be a pace setter. And he was a front runner. So I was like, I'm going in front no matter what. So he popped out, maybe, if you watch a replay, he was like half lane in front of all the other horses. And I brought him over to the rail in less than a furlong. And there was a horse on the inside, and I just came right in. And, you know, he cantered back to the head of the lane. But he wasn't a true mile and a half horse. He was actually a sprinter that can stretch out. And he won his share of distant races, but he was a dominant sprinter. He just had a lot of class, so we could put him in front and shut him off, and he'll win up to 9 furlongs doing that.
Wow.
Yeah, he was just a good horse. But a sprinter nonetheless. He was just a sprinter. Because when he was 10 years old, that's what he did. He would sprint. You know, could not carry his speed any longer.
You know, one thing about the fans in Barbados is that, you know, the people are so knowledgeable when it comes to the horse racing. And they're always there to correct you if you make a mistake. They're always there to give you a name if you forgot the name. Right. You know, So, I mean, for one, you have some really knowledgeable fans. You got some really passionate people involved in horse racing. You got some really good owners who want to win, and they're very competitive, as we can see, because Mr. Darwin Clark alone made the people go out there and start shopping.
I didn't do that, man. I don't want
Uh,
to be that person. I did not do that. I didn't do
well,
anything.
I'm just echoing what the people are saying.
But who's
I
the
mean,
people? I mean, the people have a legitimate argument. I thought the wife called out. I'm sorry.
well,
Anyway,
is that your? I know people are probably wondering what's that noise. That's your dog wagging his
that's my
tail.
dog. Yeah, he's just lying on the floor. Yeah, he's probably saying this quiet guy is like Gabby tonight. You know, he's chattering. He's pomposetting. He's just yakety yakety yak. So maybe he's like, "Yep, let's talk." He probably wants to talk to me because I don't. I mean, I'm usually in my area quiet as a mouse at this point in time. You know, so. He's like, oh, this guy doesn't have any friends, man. So who you talking to? Here he comes now. He's right here. He's like, you got no friends. Yeah.
You know, it's funny you say that because you know the little kids and now you're talking about the dogs. And my little daughter, she, you know, I think one time she said the same thing too. Daddy, do you have any friends? But you know.
That's why I
the
stick to the
kids-
horses. Those are my friends. So I watch them all night, and sometimes they talk to the rock. Yeah, I have my little circle. I mean, the circle is small, but the links are strong. So
There you go. That's
I
all.
gotta.
Hey,
we
listen,
have friends. Yeah.
So I want to extend this time right now for
Yeah.
Nancy to say some last words of what how her feeling towards this event and what she plans on taking back to Oaklawn and what you plan on sharing with your friends and colleagues about this race and the people in Barbados and everything about the excitement around this Gold Cup. I want to hear from you, and maybe you can let the audience know.
Just the Bajan spirit that is just so welcoming, and the passion for horse racing that is more than just in the States that I have gotten to experience. The horsemanship is just phenomenal, and the pride that everyone here has, that everyone here is just so grateful for what they have. And that is something that I really have taken in here, that they might not have a lot, but they're very, very thankful for what they do have. I'm so blessed to have gotten to have this experience, partially in thanks to Darwin, and obviously my brother Rocco. But I can't wait to come back next year. So I'm hoping to make this a annual event, because if it's half of what I think it's going to be Saturday, it is going to be something that is going to be legendary, because just the stories that I've heard, the replays of the former Gold Cups, it's something that I'm not going to want to miss ever again. So
That's wonderful.
I'm
Yeah,
going
that's
to want to partake in this. The stories that I'm going to tell and the pictures that I'm going to show are going to show.
That's really, really, really nice to hear. And I want to thank you for being here with us and being here with me, just to share that experience, not only with me, but with the audience as well, to let the people know how things are going down in Barbados. I wish I was there with you guys, but I'm not, you know.
Me too. Hey, Derek, before we go, we have to do a show next week. I have some shit to get off my chest.
Hey,
It
look,
is gonna be rough next week. I'm just trying to get through Gold Cup week. Everybody on even keel, you know. But next week, yeah, I got some stuff to get off. It's just been bothering me here for a couple of days. So
No problem, Darwin. Next week we definitely can do that when all the commotion is over.
Yeah.
I definitely will perform a colonoscopy on you. You can get all
Yeah.
of that out, and I'm pretty sure you'll be light by the time we are finished.
Yeah. My new proctologist. There you go.
Darwin's gonna get roto-rootered.
Yeah. Hey, I might enjoy it. You never know. You don't knock it till you try it.
Hey, Rocco, last words before we speak after the Gold Cup. Anything you want to say, man?
I just want to say thanks to Darwin, all the connections, the whole team, Charles, Mr. Him getting the butterflies now.
Can't remember his name.
Yeah,
It was Paul, man. His name was
Yeah,
Paul.
Paul.
Yeah, come on.
Mr. Paul, his daughter, the trainer's son, the groom. He's so happy, he's so jolly. And thanks to Nancy for making the trip with me. I want to say thanks for Paul for letting her come on this trip. Thanks for Oakland for giving her the time off. I want to make that known. Thanks to Oakland for giving her the time off. And so welcome to let her come here. And Mr. Edward Walker for getting her to swim a horse this morning off her bucket list. And we keep it short. And thanks to everyone and blessings. When you lose our draw on Sunday, we're going to eat the same way, guys.
Yeah. We're going to have fun. It's going to be fun.
All right, guys.
That's all it is.
Thank you guys for being here with us.
Blessings.
Have a good night.
Best of luck to you guys. All right. Take
Good
care.
luck, Rock.
Thanks.
Take care, guys. Hey, that's pretty awesome, man. Some of the best in the business, and it's pretty cool that I had that opportunity to speak with those guys. Tonight was going to be a really special night because there was going to be a few more other people that was going to join me, but it looks like I'm not seeing them and I'm not hearing them. So, I'll give them the opportunity to pop on in a couple minutes. And if they decide not to, then we'll just move on. But it would be pretty awesome if we heard from some of the other people who's connected to this race in Barbados. Like for me, I'm just really excited just to see it going again. And I'm really excited to see so many of my friends who've reached out to me from Barbados and who are going to the Gold Cup. And it's really a really nice time on the island. I'm pretty sure that the race will be competitive and the fans will get their money's worth. But most of all, I'm really happy that the island is having the race again. So once again, I'm going to give my friends a couple minutes to see if they want to join me. And if they don't, then I guess we'll have to bounce. And I want to thank everyone for just kind of like for joining, for liking, for subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do. Please go ahead and follow me and let's build this platform into a really nice platform that you guys can enjoy. This is really cool that the fans can engage, the people can engage, owners, trainers, and everybody else who's out there watching can be part of it. First of all, quite honestly, when I started doing this online platform, I wasn't sure where it was going to go because it was a little bit rough in the beginning. But thanks to you guys, you've made it happen and made it continue. You've given me the opportunity to meet several of these people involved in horse racing and involved, in the sport behind the scenes, and it's opened up doors so that not only me, but several other people behind the scenes can be exposed. For me, it's more than a delight. And for those of you guys who've known me from before this, knowing that, the doors were already opening where I was trying my best to introduce lots of people on many different platforms so that the world can see them. Back in the days, I've tried to bring to the front some people from around the different parts of the world. And here we are today on this beautiful platform with all you guys. So I mean, once again, Barbados Gold Cup 2023. I don't know what the answer will be. I haven't seen the past performances, but I know for sure there's one great horse in a great race called Dominus that everyone fears. And I know there's several good horses in the Gold Cup that everyone is gunning for the money. It's going to be awesome, guys. Enjoy. Take your time. Do your handicapping. Have fun with it. And enjoy it most of all. Right? Enjoy it, man. I'm just kind of enjoying everything right now. Until next time, guys.